Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be continuing our series on our lovely little different vehicles of different eras here. And we have finally reached the knots. And we're going to try to keep going with this. So we've learned a lot along the ways. And we're going to try to take everything that we've learned and just kind of make the ultimate vehicle. Like, that's kind of what I'm hoping here. So this is a GP 06. So this will be pretty good. So let's take advantage of some modern knowledge and processes and things like obviously carbon fiber would be fun times. I'm not going to do that though. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'll keep to the treated steel because again, this is a good, reliable stuff. We'll stick to the light truck. This is just again nice and safe and stiff. I'm really tempted to go over to AHS. Unfortunately, it's not as good with the corrosion. We need something a little more reliable here, so we're going to stick to that. Our engine, we're going to stay traditional, as weird as it's going to be. A lot of options here as far as suspension goes. Again, we want to keep that off-road capability here. I don't love this fact, but unfortunately, it's going to make for a really tough ride, but it will, of course, give us that nice stability that we need off road. A bunch of different choices as far as this goes. And actually, I'm really tempted to do a multi link this time just because it's going to be easier, but we're going to be traditional. I hate to say it. So now we're going to go ahead and get to our engine phase. Now, we've made a lot of different engines for these cars, and I think we found about the right engine. So we're going to go ahead and do that engine right now, and I'll keep it nice and simple here. And we're going to go ahead and ask our good folks over in, actually, no, we're not going to do that. We'll do this instead. We'll go ahead and take an inline six engine. Now we'll keep it nice and simple here. And what should we call this one? We need something wind themed here. So we'll call it a breeze, because why not? Grab this one real quickly. It's going to be an inline six-cylinder engine. We're going to use our aluminum here. Actually, we should use some modern materials. So let's go ahead and grab this. We'll do a dual overhead cam. We're going to want that for a little later on because we're going to, of course, be doing some variable valve timing. Now, our house size, we're going to go ahead and put into place right away. So it's going to be 100 by 85. Probably going to get a little bigger, but like we'll kind of see how things shake out. And we're already getting yelled at here because our engine is way too big. Uh-oh. Well, that's a problem. So we're supposed to have a small light vehicle here, but I guess a 2.5 meter is just a little too tiny, but that usually means that I put the engine in sideways here. So let's see here. If I do that, I don't think that solves the problem. I kind of stick it like that. Again, that doesn't solve the problem as well. So we can go with a larger wheelbase here. Let's see here. We're at 2.5. That's a pretty long wheelbase, folks. We could go with a 2.8. I think that should give us enough room. It's still yelling at us quite a bit here. Let's see if we can take away the bonnet here and I'll figure out what's going on as far as that size goes. Head over to engine. This is a new problem we're having, and it didn't really fix anything. We're still just too darn long. And again, let me go back to the engine configuration here. I don't think that's going to solve... transverse. Of course, that's going to solve our problem because I put the engine in sideways. You folks are supposed to tell me these things. Oh, well. So now we have a transverse engine. It's huge. It's absolutely gigantically huge. So this is going to be very difficult to work with. So we're going to go with it anyway, because that's what we do. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I don't think so. That's expensive. Let's see here. Harmonic damper. Obviously, it's a six-cylinder. Got to have a harmonic damper. Looks pretty good to me. We're going to go with probably 10.5 to 1. Pretty low profile here. We're going to do, of course, all that other good stuff. And probably a little bit stiffer. We're probably going to have this kick in maximum profile there. We'll have it kick in at about 4,800 here. 45, we don't know. Limit, probably going to be pretty high. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be up there like that. One thing that works really, really well, we can't show that yet. We'll show you later. So going in here, no turbochargers for me. I give up. If I'm going to make a race car, I'll do a turbocharger. Otherwise, not. So we'll take advantage of direct injection. We'll do a bicylinder. We'll do a mid-performance here. This is going to be too big. We'll go ahead and do a premium. No, 91 octane, please. Could be 89 where I live. We'll do tubular. That's pretty good. We'll do three-way. We'll make this kind of nice. So we'll do a straight throw. All right. So then we have the initial version here. So we have a lot of good news already, and I love it. Performance is perfect. I wanted about 275, and I've got about 290, and I haven't even finished tuning this thing, so I'm good so far. I was thinking about doing a double. I'm not going to do a double. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this one a little bit wider. So that's going to get us an exhaust of about 91%. That's pretty good. Let's make the headers a little bit bigger here. And again, we're looking for about 90, 92, somewhere in there, so we have a little bit of room to work. The intake, it's just not big enough. Obviously, we can increase the size of this substantially. That's going to make a big difference for us. Yeah, that's about, I wanted about 96% there. That's pretty good. Actually, I'm really impressed with this. Direct injection is like, it's just fantastic. It's great. So now let's go ahead and get the whoop out of our VVL here. And we get something that looks like that. So that's a 310 horsepower, which is plenty. I'm probably being utilized. Yeah, I knew I didn't have all my octane being utilized here. So that gets me about 11 to 1 in the compression ratio, which is, wow, that's really impressive. And I'm not going to lie, I think our engine's too big. We had this problem earlier, as you probably observed. But I'm taking a look right now, and 311 horsepower is a lot. So let's go ahead and optimize our everything else real fast. Let's see here. I don't think I can really do anything to my valves here. Actually, I can. So let's go ahead and level that. It was really good where it was. Right there. Perfect. So then we'll go ahead and take advantage of the fact that we have a little bit of wiggly room here. Go ahead and take the manifold, crunch it just a little bit. We'll go ahead and take our valves are good. Can't do anything about that. We'll make the headers just a little bit smaller. Yeah, little tiny. And our exhaust is basically perfect. Like, I feel like I don't have to really change that. And then we get 312, which is awesome. That's good. I can work with that. Like I said, it's a little big, and we might not be able to use this engine in the end because I get the feeling that it's going to be too big, but we'll find out in a minute. 3.4 liter, big engine. Let's go ahead and now bring up the screen here so you can watch the action. Let's get some testing. Nice. That's sweet. Does not sound like a light utility vehicle, which is perfect. All right, so we got our 2.8, which is, oh my gosh, that is so big. Let's go to the drivetrain real quick. I just want to check something. I knew that might be a problem. 4x4 is out because of the orientation of our engine. So that's going to be a bit of a problem here. So of course, we'll put in our 6-speed automatic, and then we can come over here. We can do a manual locker. So at least that way we get our other piece back. Now, the reason I did that, of course, is I wanted to be able to lift up the lid and see just how tight it is. Oh my gosh. That is so tight. Yeah, that's exactly what I was concerned with. And I'm just taking a look at this, and I don't want to go with a smaller engine, but I really want to stick the engine the other direction so we can take advantage of an actual 4x4. One moment, please. All right, we somehow made that work. So what I had to do is I had to actually take the car and I had to switch it to a longer wheelbase, desperately trying to get more room in here. Now, the other solution, of course, is that we could switch to a V engine. Yeah, I guess I'll do that. And we end up with that. That's better. I can work with that. That's still a 6-cylinder engine. If anything, give me a second. Hey, there we go. Now we're back to our normal size, too. Okay, so I guess the this thing was designed and meant completely for having a nice little V engine, so we'll stick with it. I'm fine with that. All right, the cool thing, though, is that means we get to keep the 4x4, which is fantastic. And yes, I know that I really should do this as a manual as opposed to an advanced automatic, but too bad. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back. We're going to go ahead and clean this car up a little bit. Kind of look at how goofy this thing is. I love it. Let's go over here and get some colors. It's the knots, so obviously we want to take advantage of some knot paint. So yeah, bright red. Oh yeah, that's real nice. Put some high flake in there. Oh yeah, that's luxurious. Let's go ahead and it's called Wahoo. That's an awesome color for that. Let's see here. We'll grab our trim slots. We've got some pillar trim. Let's go ahead and put Wahoo on that too because science. And then our roof, of course, is could also benefit from taking advantage of our little color change. We'll get you some Wahoo too. Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, look at that. I don't think I'm supposed to take these things off-road. I also like the fact it's kind of integrated bumper now, which is it's kind of nice. This thing's chunky. Like, I mean, it's kind of small, but it's sort of chunky. All right, let's do it to it. So, of course, for a nice modern one, so we'll take advantage of some modern fixtures. I was kind of hoping there'd be something like this, but it like has an actual indicator built into it. I don't think I'm going to get so spoiled like that. Oh, maybe. And the answer is no. Oh, well. Let's go ahead and stick that on there. Again, keeping with our general theme. It's kind of like a robot. It's got like a little chin like a robot. I love that. All right, let's get ourselves an indicator up front. What is this thing? I died. No, I don't think so. Let's go ahead and get a little more conventional here. And put that right there. And that's not bad. It's got kind of like, it's got little bags under its eyes. It hasn't slept well kind of a thing. All right, let's go to tail light now. We could still stick to the square stuff. We should be a little bit more modern here. So, yeah, we'll do something like this. And don't worry, I'm going to ruin it. If you think it looks nice now, I've barely gotten to it. There we go. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That is just junk. Love it. All right, so let's go get our grill. We should do a kind of this. I don't have a big jaw. You do. Kind of a thing like that. So let's go grab this real fast. Oh my gosh, what have I done? I think I've accidentally made this into a 1970s boxy thing. I don't hate it, but it's kind of does not look anything like everything else we've done. It's too nice, if that makes any sense. Vent, all those kids these days, putting vents in places they don't belong. Let's do that too. I'll grab this one real quickly, and we'll put that for the back brakes because this is the nice 19 or the knots version, so we want to take advantage of it. I'm not going to put any hoods. Oh, I'm very tempted. Maybe there's like one little hood scoop that I could get on here and like put it off center or something like that, and do something like that. Let me try to make it a little bit smaller. There we go. How's that? Oh, there it is. Yes. I'm not going to put a lip on it because we are going to take it off road at some point. Let's see here. Favorite miscellaneous. Don't need that. But what I do need is I need to come back here and put the handy dandy little fuel cap on it. That looks good to me. Let's grab ourselves some door handles. We'll make something nice and chunky and boring. I like that. Mirrors. We'll get the one that actually has a little indicator built into it. I kind of like that. And we'll pop that up front. Okay. I know you're sitting there going, wait, what happened? I think you got the wrong company now. I'm like, I wasn't making for a specific company. I don't know why you think I was. All right, let's see. We'll go like this. Press enter. Okay, got a little nub in the back. That's pretty nice. Let's go swing around here. Get ourselves. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, that's better. 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 Let's see here. There we go. All fixed. Hey, I didn't say I had to stick to one theme, did I? All right, let's stick up to the end here. We'll go get ourselves a nice little notable as our company. None of our fancy cars would all be on the nice legends, but I don't have any legends here. Looks good. Looks good. I like the way this is going so far. It actually looks pretty good. Like I feel like I don't have to change that much. I'll make it a little bit nicer. Exhaust tip here. I think we're single exhaust again, so we'll stick with that. Be kind of the boring stuff. Why would you have a square one? Because science. That looks terrible. All right, so actually, I'm going to get rid of that. Now, the reason why is because I'm going to break it off the first time I hit a bump. So I'm actually going to take that, put that right there, so it's a little bit more out of the way. Grab ourselves a little fixture so we can actually tow things. And I think I okay. All right, so let's go to it. So let's learn everything we've learned so far. So as we have a manual locker and we have advanced automatic for the transmission and we're a 4x4. We can manually set the gear. We have 4x4 mode, so we have a range box in this thing now, and we're manual locker. This thing is optimized. So let's grab in here. We'll grab some utility. That's too big. Let's make them a little bit smaller. 205, so probably be fine, I'm sure. That's good. Brakes. Oh, 6 vented discs seem to be pretty good. We're definitely a heavier vehicle, so we're going to need pretty big brakes here. Let's see here. Vented discs in the back. We just need one. I like big discs because it makes it a little bit easier. Let's do that like that. Let's do this like 105 and see how close we got. All right, next, off-road. That sounds pretty good to me. I'll go ahead and set that. We're going to have plenty of brake airflow. We don't want to fade the brakes. Standard infotainment. It's kind of early for infotainment. Whoa, sat nav. No. Standard CD. I like that. Again, this is not, certainly does not look like an off-road vehicle. All right, so we're going to do electric because electric's fantastic, and we're going to add stability control, and we're going to add some standard knots here. That's going to make things a little bit safer for us as well, I'm hoping. Now, of course, the correct is going to be hydro-pneumatic. Of course, we have active comfort. I'll say that for the teens when we get up there. So I'm going to add in hydro-pneumatic, and we're going to do off-road. We're going to set this to utility. We're going to fix all the things we have to fix every time. And I think we're going to be in pretty good shape here. Nice and stiff. Awesome. Already got to fix brakes. Gearing. What? All right, so this thing says we're rated for 170. I'm not going to do 170. That would be silly. Instead, what I'm going to do, oh, I can't do that. I can do that. Cool. Let's put a 155 limiter on here because we don't want kids these days going that fast. Look at this. We're killing the demographics right now. So let's keep doing our thing here. So this is good. I like that. Let's see. This is garbage. Let's fix that. All right. You would not want your back brakes to be that strong. You would die. That would be bad. Since we have anti-lock brakes, we can actually afford to have slightly higher brake pressures because it basically doesn't matter because the anti-lock brakes will kind of prevent us from overdoing it. And now we have a really competent vehicle. I'm actually kind of excited about this, and I'm very curious to see what it's going to be like when we run it. I think we have to beat a minute 36. Wow, we almost didn't. Nice. Okay, so here's our summary. We have the most high horsepower one we've ever built so far. We also have a very high modern red line, very modern, very high compression, direct ignition. It's a heavy vehicle. This one's 3,600 this time. And I'm really hoping this is going to get us a little bit closer to our objective, our end goal here of making the ultimate light utility vehicle of the decades. Let's find out what happens in BeamNG. All right, here we are over in BeamNG, and we're ready to go ahead and give this thing a try. So first things first, we've got a lot of really cool bells and whistles down here now. We've got different modes. I can shut traction control off. I can do it safety mode. I'm going to leave that on off-road mode, obviously. We have some locking differentials. We have a range box. Let's see how it handles. Punch it. Ooh, that's nice. By the way, we have a 600 kilogram load, in case you're curious. This is nice. That's luxurious. The acceleration is good. I did not feel any resistance at all. Let's go ahead and flip on all of our bells and whistles here. There we go. Let's get rolling. Okay, so far this is absolutely incredible. A little stiff, but it's an off-road stiff, so it's kind of what I expected. No surprise that I went off-road there. I'm still good. Whoa, lost my load. Lost my load. Boop, clunk. And we're good to go. Let's go. That did not take long. Now, the cool thing about this version of this car is, other than my fantastic gas mileage, as you can see over there on the right, is it's very sporty. Like, I feel like kind of like a rally car. This does not feel like, you know, a truck that I'm carrying 600 kilograms behind me. And by 600 kilograms, I mean not 600 kilograms, because I lost it again. But again, that's a user error. That is not the fault of the vehicle that's pulling it. So let's get going. Performance is excellent. The 310 horsepower are definitely, I can feel every bit of it. One thing I'm noticing, though, is I'm definitely noticing that the load is very much driving me and not the other way around. That's usually indicative of a vehicle that doesn't have enough weight. That's also indicative of, you know, driving highway speeds on a dirt road with, you know, almost 1,300 pounds. So that's probably the bigger problem here. Okay, how bad was it? It's pretty bad. I think this is the most crashes I've done so far. So as much as I like this one, not having the best of time with it. Whee! Oh, there we go. Clink. Let's go. So thoughts so far, suspension-wise, par for the course. This is definitely not a comfortable car. One of these days we'll have to do, like, you know, comfortable cars throughout the generations, and we'll make those all legends instead of notables too. But it's bumpy. It's definitely what you'd expect from this kind of car. You know, it's not too not bumpy. It's not bumpy, not bump, kind of a thing like that. But I'm really, whoa! Every single time I say that, that always happens. I'm very, very pleased with the performance. Like, if we had to do a trailer race with this, I would love this vehicle. This is easily the best one that we've made so far. And it's just stable. Like, I feel like I'm not having to work too hard to operate it. Oh, it's noisy. I'm just gotta keep cruising. I like this. Like, it's the right amount of performance, and it doesn't feel like I'm carrying it. Look at this, look at this. Going up this hill here. Look at that. Whoa. Yeah, you see that part too? Again, we're having the problem we have. But look at this. Just goes. Oh, that's amazing. Nothing we have built so far, even our 1980s, just go like that. This is awesome. Problem I'm a little concerned with, other than the fact it still lives, is what happens when we get to the hill. I'm pretty confident we're not going to make it. And the reason I'm... Uh-oh, here we go again. Whee! You know, for the best vehicle I've ever made, I'm dying a lot. But when we do get up to the hill, what I'm hoping to see here is I don't think that we'll be able to get up it. I think that we just don't have the traction. So the only way we're going to get that back is basically locking everything up. And I don't think that's going to go for us. We can try, and I'm definitely going to give it a really fair shake here. But there's a good... I don't think we're going to get up the hill. I think the 80s just had so much more brute force, and it was such a heavy vehicle. This thing, it's got it, but it's just, I don't think it's going to work. We'll try. We're going to try. And there's our hill right up there at my 12 o'clock. We got to carefully navigate this last one. I love how easy this thing is to drive. If I took the weight off of this thing would be so much fun. Again, just sort of bashing around in the woods stupidly, kind of a thing like that. You could definitely get away with that with this vehicle. All right, so we're going to try the hill. So we're going to stack the bench as hard as we possibly can here. We're going to go into low range. We're going to go ahead and jam the thing right into a first here. Well, we could, of course, leave it in sport, but I don't think the shifting's going to work. If we, I don't know what to do. Well, let's try manual and see what happens. Come on! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Yes! Yes! Oh, I did not think that was going to go well for us. Oh my gosh. I am so pleased. Oh, I could not be more pleased. That was awesome. We did it. We actually got up the hill. Oh man, I'm so excited. So 300 horsepower, by the way, seems to be the magic number for those of you who are trying to engineer one of these things. So let's go ahead and switch it over to sport mode, and we'll get rolling on the road here. So I'm pleased. The technology's just gotten better. I know people are like, well, it's not an XYZ car from 1954. It's just no good. But I think technology is actually, it works. The performance is there, the handling is there, the confidence is there. Really, everything that I could really want in a vehicle like this is all there in one place. Now, my real question is, what about the durability? I wonder if the airbag's deployed a couple times. Oh, maybe we've only got one broken tire. It's not too bad. Ah, we're here. All right. What's incredible? Look at this. It still drives. As a matter of fact, if I release my cargo here, I bet you I could get this thing going. I think I'm leaving some radiator there. This thing still lives. Look at this. Look at this. Completely mangled, but it still wants to go. Nice. Definitely the best we've done so far. But I'm very curious to see what's going to happen when we continue this and get to finally the teens, the 2010s, and see what we can come up with. Enjoy.